crap it is. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. If you are new around here, I am your host, Robert, a.k.a. The Tall Man. This is my lovely wife, Lisa, and co-host, a.k.a. Mrs. Tall Man. Not that anyone ever calls her that. We are coming to you live right now, this very moment, from the Ovation of the Seas in our cabin 12696, and that is a look from our balcony. The fog has lifted just enough to see a little bit of water, and it's not like misty rain at the moment, so we put the camera out there. If you were with us yesterday, the fog had sort of lifted a little bit, like right at the beginning of the show. Of course, an hour and a half after the show, it came back in. And it was a messy kind of night, if you couldn't tell from the little intro. So,
Look at how calm the water is, though.
I know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, anyway, we have a huge show. We have 20 cabins to show you today. So, hopefully, you have your drinks ready. We certainly have ours ready, and we're going to go through each of these cabins with you today. So hello, everyone. Welcome. Let's just say a quick hello to everybody. Kelly, hello to you from Boston. Cold and rainy. That's kind of cold and rainy here, too. Good evening, Carol. Mama Tallman, hello. How are you today? Bev, TGIF. Are we all on Friday now? Nope.
That will be
tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Today we're Saturday.
We're still in the future.
Saturday, 1 o'clock our time right now. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Smoothies sail on TMC. Happy long weekend, everyone, right? Because it's a holiday on Monday. Hello, Gina. Welcome to you. And Patricia, good to see you again. Yeah, it was just a little breezy. Just a little bit. Hello, Tuesday. It's Friday. Saturday for us. Good evening, everybody. Says Alex, how is the med? Just kidding. A little windy out there, huh? Yeah, I almost lost it last night, actually, to be...
Yeah, almost lost his new hat.
Yeah. I went up to... I think we blew up the foghorn, and so they're blowing the normal horn, which is twice as loud. So I went out on to 15, which is the first time I've been up on 15 because it's been so nasty out. I'm like, I got to get up there to try to get that horn, and man, that was a mistake. Almost blew me right off the ship. So, all right, well, we have a lot of cabins to get to, so we're going to get to it here in just a second. But first, we got to make some drinks here. We're having mimosas this morning.
Yes, we are.
So we've got some orange juice ready to go. I wanted to make sure. Yeah.
Oh.
Jesus.
Oh, that was a big pop.
Sorry, I couldn't hold it any longer. What the hell was that? I just took off the guard and it went boom. Oh, my good Lord. Never a dull moment. All right, there's one for Lisa.
All right.
There's one for me.
All right.
Let's give you the orange juice first, I think.
I think so. How much should I put in there?
I don't know.
Half a glass?
Yeah, let's go half and half. Half and half, everybody. Hello, Ashley. How are you?
There's half.
There's half for that. We're making mimosas. We're going in. We're going to do this right.
Half?
Yep.
All right.
And then we are going to get to the cabin. So just hang in there with us. I cannot believe that thing exploded like that.
I know.
Did we put a dent in anything?
I don't know. We might have.
Did we charge damages?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
Put that back on ice.
Okay.
All right. We've got mimosas.
All right.
Everybody had their beverage?
Everybody got your beverage, right? Is everybody ready for the cabin tour? We got 20 cabins to get through today. And you know how we all do this, right? We do it tall man style. First one, inside with a virtual view.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Filming Tom and style.
29 here on deck 12. This is a virtual balcony, or an inside or an interior virtual balcony. And you can see that's the virtual balcony part right there. They've got a big, huge LED screen that broadcasts views from the outside of the ship. Outside of that, you have a king bed or two twins if you want to have them separated. Cabinetry wraps all the way around the bed. Nice padded headboard. There is some power here by the bed, which is nice. Over here, you have your little desk and a chair, two USB and a European. Next to this, there's a teapot still here, as well as a mini fridge in here, and you've got some drawers. Nice size TV. By the way, there is a curtain if you want to cover up the outside view at night. Nice dressing mirror. Hello, everybody. Here's your bathroom. Toilet actually is in a really good place for someone my height at 6'4", so lots of leg room. You have a nice stand-up shower. What I like is when you come out of the shower, there's enough room to stand here and dry off. Nice small sink. Doesn't need to be too big or too small. Some shelves, there's power, everything that you need. So there is your interior with a virtual balcony. I want to know what y'all think of the virtual balcony. Would you rather have just an inside cabin, or does that help give you some perspective of the outside to make it feel not so claustrophobic? Let us know in the comments below. Ciao. Ciao. Well, there you go. There is your inside balcony with a virtual balcony. Let's move on to ocean view. 3632. This is an ocean view. So as you come in, we're going to just go right to look at the ocean view. Nice big square picture window. Watch the world go by. Love it. Let's see what's going on outside right now. Right next to the window is your bed, so when you wake up in the morning, you could look right out there, which is awesome. It's either going to be a king like you see it, or two twins when they're separated. There's US power there next to the right side of the bed. There's cabinets above the bed up there, as well as to the left, with a safe and some drawers. Across from the bed, there is a TV, so you can watch that in there. Over here, you have 5 drawers, as well as a mini fridge. You have a little desk to sit at with a chair, 2 US, 2 USB, 1 European, and of course, that does light up. And of course, from all of that, you have your little sofa, which I do believe there's storage underneath as well. And there's one more cabinet here for hanging. All right, then we have our bathroom. Nice corner shower. Toilet in a great place for someone my height at 6'4". Might be a little tight if you're on the fluffy side, but I fit there just perfect. 3 shelves, power up top, nice sink, not too big, not too small, just the right size is according to how we like to have them. Sometimes we get in here and the sink is so big there's no countertop. I think that's a perfect size sink. And a nice shelf underneath. So there you go, everybody. There is your ocean view cabin. We'll see you on the next one. Ciao. All right, staying with the ocean views, we're moving into the spacious ocean view, the big one. This is cabin 110 here on deck 11. This is what's called a spacious ocean view. And my gosh, is it spacious. This is like a suite, but it's just a spacious ocean view. It is the corner cabin, remember 110. So as you come in, you see you have your closets right here with some drawers. There'll be places to hang stuff up in there, of course. Your bed is either in its king configuration like you see it here, or you can separate them to be 2 twins. And there is a US outlet by the bed. Across from the bed, you have your TV. Down at this end, you have like a chaise lounge type sofa, as well as 2 chairs down here with your table. You sit here and watch the world come at us because we are all the way at the front of the ship. Great views. Mini fridge in that cabinet here, plus some drawers. Over here, you have 2 US, 2 USB, 1 European. As you can see, the mirror also lights up, desk and a chair. Here is another closet right here for storing some of your stuff. Let's take a look at the bathroom. All right, corner shower with a handheld wand. Toilet is not a problem for someone my height at 6'4". Might be a little bit tight on the fluffy side, but it fits me just fine. Okay, nice sink, not too big, not too small. Got some shelves up there, some power. You know, overall nice bathroom. I think you have plenty of room in there to do everything that needs to be done. So there is your, I'm going to call this a very large, spacious ocean view, but it is just classified as a spacious ocean view. We'll give you a look at another one here soon. Ciao. Ciao. Well, that was abrupt. All right. We're actually, we looked at the one right next to it to give a comparison because they're both classified the same. So here is another spacious ocean view, the one literally right next door. This is cabin 108 here on deck 11. This is considered a spacious ocean view. Now, this is right next to one of the other ocean views we looked at, and you can see the difference. We'll go all the way up here to the front. You have a nice view watching the world come at you. There's a couple of chairs right here to sit and watch. Nice sofa. Across from the sofa, you have a mini fridge, some drawers, teapot, desk area with plenty of power, 2 US, 2 USB, and 1 European lighted mirror. You have 2 closets, one on this side, one on that side. This one is very long, so you can do double hanging. This one, not as much. You're safe in there, okay? And there's some storage and cubbies above the bed. Bed is either a king or 2 twins, depending however you want to have it. And across from the bed is your TV. Down at this end, of course, is our bathroom. And I've got a corner shower here. Toilet's in a great place for someone my height at 6'4", but it might be a little bit tight if you're a little on the fluffy side. But for me, not too bad. Vessel sink, 3 shelves, power, nice mirror, some shelves down there on the bottom for storing stuff, everything you need. Now remember, this is a spacious ocean view, and we looked at one on the corner, and it was like twice this size. Same cabin category. Let me know which one you'd rather have. Ciao. All right. Irene with her milk and chocolate.
Yes.
And we're with mimosas. What are you guys all drinking? Leave it in the chat below. Yes, we're number 4. Moving on to a balcony cabin. I believe this one's our cabin. Deck 12, this is cabin 696. This is a balcony cabin. This is actually our cabin. So welcome to our new home for the next 20 days. Well, 17 days. So as you see, when we walk in, we do have this in the king configuration. The beds can be separated to become twins if you want. There's cabinetry that wraps the entire bed. This side, you see our stuff. There's 2 rows of hanging. We're going to use it to put our luggage. There is one US power right there on the right side of the bed. And then this side here is typically some shelves, hanging, and a safe. And we have our drawers down there at the bottom. We have a sofa that in some cabins is storage underneath, and other cabins it can convert to become a bed. Across from this, you have your desk, 2 US, 2 USB, and your European power. The light does light up there, the mirror, the light. That is a mini fridge, and you have 4 drawers for storage. Lamp, we have a teapot here, which is pretty cool. Or you can make coffee in there, I guess, like just hot water in it. Yeah. We do have a balcony, so let's go take a look at it. Not, incredibly wide, but it's actually quite deep compared to most balconies. Most balconies end right about here. Great views. We're towards the back of the ship, so obviously we can see clearly to the back. We're inset a little bit, so we can't exactly see all the way to the front, but we see great all the way to the back. So let's go take a look at that bathroom and see what it's going to be like. So I'm going to hand this to Lisa so you guys can see me sitting on this. As you see, there's plenty of leg room, but side to side, if you're fluffier than I am, then this could be a little tight. See, my elbows are out like that, right? Lisa just turned off the light on me. So, I fit, but if you're fluffier than me, then it could be a little tight. All right, you got a nice corner shower. Climb in there so you can see that too. Little sink, 3 shelf, hour up top, some shelving down the bottom. Pretty much everything we're going to need for our home away from home for the next few weeks plus. So let us know what you think of the balcony cabins here on the Ovation of the Seas. Till we see you again on the next one. Ciao. All right, so there's our balcony. That's where we are right now. The next is, by the way, they call balconies a lot of times ocean views with balcony. Well, this is an ocean view with large balcony. So it's a balcony with a large balcony. 60. This is a balcony cabin, but an extended balcony cabin. So as you first come in here, you see you're coming into your bed that wraps completely with some cabinetry for hanging, for your luggage, all that stuff. There's one US power outlet on that side of the bed. This bed can be separated. It's currently in its king configuration, but you can separate it to be 2 twins. Down at this end, so you have your sofa, which looks like almost like a chaise lounge. And across from that, you have your desk with 2 US, 2 USB, 1 European. There's a coffee pot in here, as well as some storage here. This is your mini fridge inside of there. Remember I said it was a very large balcony. This is what they call a very large balcony for a balcony cabin. So some decent space here. You'll have great views looking down the ship. Not so much that way, unless you can't see anything that way. I thought you might be able to stick your neck out there a little bit and see, but you can't. So let's take a look at the bathroom. Oh, I did forget the TV. The TV's right across from the bed. Turn the lights on so you have a corner shower. It's a little bit elongated, not too bad. Toilet is in a great place for someone my height at 6'4", so definitely thumbs up there. Might be a little bit tight if you're on the fluffy side, but not too bad. Nice sink. There's power up there with 3 shelves. A little storage down there. So yeah, there's your balcony cabin with extended or large balcony. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm trying to fix another drawer. I've already emptied mine. All right. Let's get on to some accessibles.
All right.
So this first one is the accessible inside with a virtual balcony. 141. This is an interior accessible cabin. You see by the two little viewing holes there. As you come in, you see there's plenty of room here for your scooters and or wheelchairs. Right? Your bed is either a king or 2 twins, depending on how you want to set it up. And it's wrapped with cabinetry for all your clothes. It's a virtual, so you do have a look to the outside. So it's an interior virtual accessible cabin, plus a little stool. You have a mini fridge in here, plenty of drawers, teapot. This does light up here. You have 2 US, 2 USB, and 1 European, and a little chair to sit in. And that's what one of the closets look like. This being an accessible cabin, you'll have a 0 clearance bathroom. The light right there, meaning you can roll right in. You have a bench to transfer in the shower. You have a little handheld. Toilet's in a good place as well. There's plenty of grab bars. There's a phone as well as an emergency pull if you have issues. You can roll right up to the sink. There's also power in here, which is lower than the rest of the cabin, so you can reach it. So there is your interior with a virtual balcony, accessible cabin. Let us know if you think this is plenty of room. We'll talk to you later. All right, moving on to the accessible ocean view cabin. 70 on deck 3. This is an accessible ocean view. As you've seen, there's plenty of width here at the door, and as you roll into the cabin, there's plenty of space on either side of the bed for your chairs or scooters. All right, so on this side of the bed, you have hanging and a couple of drawers. Above there is some more cubbies. Across from the bed, which, by the way, there is a panic button there. If you have an emergency in the night, you can just press that. On the other side is power. Directly across from this, you have your desk, 2 US, 2 USB, 1 European. Of course, that does light up, and a nice chair. Mini fridge, 5 drawers, TV. You have a teapot in here, which is awesome. And then another hanging. I love this in the accessible cabin. Somebody can grab this to pull their clothes down for them. And you have a safe and a couple doors as well. On the other side of this is a sofa that can pull out to be a bed, so you can sleep more people in here, as well as some more storage up top. Big picture window, guys. So, seeing the world go by. Or if you're in port like today, you can sit here and people watch. Love it. And then, again, it being accessible, you have a 0 clearance bathroom, so you can roll right in. There's your privacy curtain for the shower, but there's a couple grab bars and a bench you can transfer over to. Toilet is also in a good place because there's grab bars all the way around. There's a panic quarter and emergency pull, as well as a phone in here. So if you're having a problem, you can call for help. Roll up sink, 3 shelves, power's lower in the accessible cabins. Normally the power is up top. You wouldn't be able to get to that, but you can get to that there if you're in the chair. Okay, nice sink and a mirror. There you go. There's your ocean view accessible cabin. We'll see you on the next one. Ciao. All right, and now we're on to the trifecta, the accessible balcony cabin. Cabin 668 on deck 7. This is an accessible balcony cabin. So as you see, as you come in, there is a very expansive space, plenty of room for the wheelchairs or the scooters. There's plenty of room on either side of the bed, so the person using the chair or scooter can either get on this side or that side. Now, where Lisa's standing, there's a closet there. There's also cubbies all above the bed and above the sofa down here. Across from all of this, there's another closet over here, mini fridge, some more storage, and this does pull down. I love this. Grab this handle, pull this down, and you can get to your clothes. Love that. Desk area, 2 US, 2 USB, 1 European. Of course, we do have lights here. There's a ramp built in to get out to the balcony, so let's show you that. Now, for a scooter with small wheels, they may get stuck there, but wheelchairs, I do not think so. So there are a couple of chairs out here with some footstools and a little table. You are overlooking the lifeboats, but obviously you can see the views out here just fine. All right, so let's go look at the restroom, the bathroom. It is 0 clearance, which means you can roll right in. Grab bars in the shower as well as a bench, so you have something to transfer over to. Handheld wand. Also, you have grab bars over here by the toilet. There is a phone and an emergency pull in case you need help. Also, a nice sink that you can roll right up into. Power in this cabin's been lowered, so easily accessible if you need power. So there is your accessible balcony cabin, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Ciao. And for the quadruple, we have an accessible junior suite. 642 on deck 8. This is an accessible junior suite. So let's take a look. As you see, actually coming in, nice wide door, nice wide paths in here. So someone for a wheelchair and a scooter, you have use of the entire cabin because you can get the chair or scooter on either side of the bed. And this configuration is, you can see it's king, or it could be 2 twins. There's cabinetry flanking both sides. You have double hanging on that side if you want, single hanging on this side, and usually a couple of shelves with some drawers down there. There is power here on the right side of the bed. Across from the bed, you have your desk over here, 2 US, 1 European, 2 USB. This mirror does light out. Nice chair, mini fridge here. Next to the mini fridge, nice sofa set up kind of like a chaise lounge. And I believe there's storage underneath. You also have a couple drawers on this side. And I did mention it was an accessible cabin, which means there's zero clearance, right? So you can roll right in. As you see, plenty of width in here. You have a tub for someone who can get into the tub, but you also have your shower that you can roll right into with a bench you can transfer into. There's a rain shower head up top as well as a handheld. Love that. There is emergency pull as well as phone. There's grab bars around the toilet as well. Over here with the sinks, you can roll right up. It's under countermount sinks. Love the granite countertop. The only thing we haven't seen is the balcony. There is a ramp here. So even if you're in a wheelchair or you need to be in the scooter, you can get out here. There we go, sorry. And a ramp to get out. So if you're in a scooter, that might, the tire may get stuck there, but wheelchairs would not. A couple of seats out here, sort of recliners, if you will, with a little table. You have looks to the front of the ship, as well as looks to the back of the ship. So not too bad. All right, there you go. So there's your accessible junior suite. Yeah, junior suite. Accessible junior suite. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Ciao. All right, we are halfway through, believe it or not, guys. That is 10 of the 20 cabins. We'll just give you a quick look outside. It is still foggy, but not as dense as it has been. It seems like the sun went away. It was very bright outside. The sun was trying to peek through, but the fog is just too dense. So let's catch up with a few people, and then we'll get back to the last 10 cabins, which, by the way, these cabins were all videoed with a 360 immersive type camera. And I will be putting these videos out after we get off the ship with its 360 degree enabled. So you'll be able to, move the camera around and see different things. For example, with those accessible cabins, there's a little space about yay big. I'm going to put it right here so you can see about yay big between the door and the ramp. And so if your scooter has little tires, that might get stuck going over there.
It might be a little challenging.
And I pointed out, but in this video, the camera didn't angle down. So
no, but in the 360 configuration, you'll be able to angle the camera down so you can see that gap.
Yeah, any videos that we put out that you watch from our channel, if you see arrows up in the top left, that means it's interactive. You can move the camera angles around and all that stuff. So, all right, let's catch up with everybody here.
All right.
Of course, Irene says she's always putting chocolate in her chocolate milk. Ashley's drinking a boring White Claw.
What is a White Claw? Is that like a Red Bull, like an energy drink? I'm curious.
Bev is drinking Michigan cherry almond tea. Nice.
Ooh.
Irene likes the beds with the cabinets.
Me too. Yeah, I do like that.
360-degree view of the live stream set today. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Ashley says, I like how Royal puts stools with the chairs and the balconies. I think she's talking about the little footrest things.
Yes, I do as well.
Hello, Desiree. Good evening to you. And Mama Mac, how are you doing? Good to see you. Alex says, oh, I see coffee in the room. Is that extra or included?
It is included. And it is a kettle. It's not a coffee pot or a teapot like he's been saying. It is a hot water kettle. So you've got instant coffee and tea bags that are in the room.
But there are some rooms that have the espresso machine in there.
There are some.
That would be included.
Yes.
Yep,
Yes.
if it's in there. Okay. Go. Alex, that was a suite, so it's probably included. Yes, it was. Thank you very much. There it is. John L., any pictures of the 360 camera? Let me see if I can reach it without knocking over the champagne and everything else. Considering I've already had one glass. There it is. 360 camera. Hang on, let me pull this back. Okay.
And you probably want to put that on large screen.
Yeah, I'll put it on. Yeah, do that. Ba-dum. There we go. This is it. So this is covering up the lenses. And so it's pretty small for what it does, yet very powerful.
Yeah.
So it's a Insta360 X5. Get that on Amazon. That's where I got it. I'll put a link up if you guys want. So, all right. Are we ready to get back into this?
Yeah.
We got another 10 to go, and I got a full glass. Right? Lisa's She's taking it easy.
I'm taking about a half of each one of his sips.
This is glass 2 for me. Let's go ahead and prime the pipes. All right, let's go. This is a regular, straight up junior suite. 3-6 on deck 11. This is a junior suite, not the junior suite with an extended balcony or a large balcony, just the regular junior suite. So as you come in here, you see you have your bed, which is either a king or 2 twins, depending on how you want to have it. There's a closet next to the bed for hanging and drawers. There's also a closet at the foot of the bed right here. Nice big closet, robes and everything. There's double shelves over there. On the other side of this, you have sort of a credenza. You have 6 drawers, mini fridge, coffee machine. It's a smaller TV, but not bad. Next to this, you have your desk area with 2 US, 1 European, 2 USB. And this mirror does light up, so you have that. And then behind me is your sort of chaise lounge with a little footstool, as well as a little coffee table that you can move around as well. Now, as I mentioned, this is just a regular balcony, not the extended balcony or large balcony. So this is a junior suite with a regular size balcony. From the view standpoint, great look going backwards, great look going forwards. So you are all set there. Now this has, some people may call it 2 bathrooms. It's actually sort of a split bathroom. This side is where your toilet is. So you have the sink as well as a toilet right there. It's in a great place for someone my height at 6'4". And then across from that is where your well, I was going to say shub tower, but it's not a shub tower combo. It's just a tub on this side and a stand-up shower on the other side with a nice rain head and a handheld. All right, so there's power up there, a few shelves, some drawers for storage underneath. So it's sort of a split bathroom. So there you go. There is your junior suite. We'll see you on the next one. Yeah, Alex, what you missed is it was an accessible junior suite. Not the one that we just did, but the one that you missed that had the coffee machine in there.
Yes.
We're moving forward. This is actually a 2-cabin review in one. There's 2 cabins on every deck that are junior suites with a studio inside cabin that is sort of part of it. So it can either be sold as that package or they can be sold independently. And so we're sort of showing it to you as though you had purchased it as a package, both the junior suite with large balcony and the studio interior. 230 and 232. 230 is the studio, but it can also be combined with this to make a bigger suite. This is 232. This is what's called a junior suite. And as you walk in over here on your left, you have your closets, little sitting area, desk, the chair, 2 US power, 2 USB, and a European. Nice lighted mirror. Over here, you see this is what the beds look like when they're twins. They just move the end table to the inside, right? You have a nice sitting area here with 2 chairs and a coffee table, as well as a sofa on this side. There is a coffee and a teapot here. Mini fridges there and a couple shelves. That TV is on a swivel, so it can face the bed if you want them to. So let's go look at the bathroom. Toilet's in a great place for someone my size at 6'4". You have a shub tower combo. That's going to be a little bit tight for someone my height because it's raised up a little bit. I don't want to stand in there because it's clean, but it's up about 4 or 5 inches, so it's going to be really tight for someone my height. If you see up there, right? So imagine me standing 4 inches taller than that. Over here is your balcony. This is considered a junior suite with a large balcony. As you can see, it is a large balcony. Got 2 loungers there plus 2 chairs. Lots of space here and great views looking forward down the ship. Can't see to the back of the ship, but you can see forward. Lisa was pointing out those closets. I mentioned them, but I didn't open them, so let's go ahead and open them up. So, right, and it goes all the way down through there. All right, so there is your junior suite with large balcony. We're going to continue on and show you cabin 230, which is, again, can be combined with that suite, but it's its own room. It's called a studio. This is made for 1 person. So you have a full-size bed. There's some cabinetry above, and it's virtual, so you also have a look outside through the LED wall there. There's some storage there for clothing and some drawers. Little seating area. You don't have the chair, but you have a little stool. Same power, 2 US, 2 European, 1 European, 2 USB. One of these days I'll hit that right. And you do have a TV there. Nice dressing mirror. The bathroom, since it can be a separate cabin on its own, it's got its own bathroom. So toilet and great place for someone my height at 6'4". There's power up there, some shelves,
Decent sized sink, not too big, not too small, and a nice stand-up shower. Awesome. So that is your studio. And whether you're doing it on your own as a studio or you're doing it in combination with the Junior Suite, you can have it either way. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Ciao.
Lisa's trying to catch up. All right, so let's move on to the Sky Junior Suite.
642 up here on deck 13. This is a Sky Junior Suite. So as you come in on your right-hand side, there's your closets for all your clothes. Will be hanging in there. You can do double rows of hanging. Your luggage would fit in there as well. Across from this is your bed that can, as you see, it's in its king configuration, but you can separate these to be two twins. And there's more hanging and storage on that side. Moving further in, you have a little sofa over here, more like a little love seat, a little movable cube or a little footstool. But there's also a movable round coffee table. At this end, you have a desk, 2 US, 1 European, 2 USB, and that mirror does light up. All right, there's also a mini fridge here. You got an espresso machine or coffee machine, nice size TV, and plenty of storage there as well. This does have a decent balcony, so let's take a peek at that. So you do have a couple of chairs, which are sort of recliner / loungers, with some footstools, and a nice coffee table or a little table, end table, whatever you want to call it. Great views to the front and to the back of the ship. So definitely a nice view at this cabin. Now this actually is a bath and a half. And so on this side, you have a half bath. Nice vessel sink, right? Toilet is not bad for someone my height at 6'4", so it's pretty good. So I would fit in there pretty good. Ace and I talk about having a bath and a half. We need to have it. So this has a shove tower combo. Oh no, it doesn't. Sorry. You've got a, actually, I'm gonna have to correct myself. There is no toilet in here. The toilet is on the other side. So it's really just one bathroom, but split up. So your toilet's on that side. On this, you have a stand-up shower and a tub. There's no shower in there. Single vessel sink, couple shelves. There's power up there. So yeah, and it's got a rain shower head up top too, and a little sort of opaque window you can see here. So somebody taking a shower, I'm sure you can see some shadows there. But yeah, this is a Junior Suite. Let us know if this is your speed in the comments below. We'll see you on the next one. Ciao.
A Sky Junior Suite, that is, as I pour champagne all over me. All right, time to get to some of the bigger ones.
Yes.
This is the Owner's Suite.
7638. This is an owner's suite. So as you come in on the right-hand side, you have a nice dining table with 4 chairs. Behind it, sort of a little credenza, if you will, with a coffee maker. There's a mini fridge down there. Nice, really big sofa sectional here in the living area with a glass coffee table. Across from this, you have your TV with some cabinets all the way around. Speaking of cabinets, there's cabinets by the door as well. Check those out. There we go. This is a 1-bedroom, so the bedroom is over here on this side. And this is either a king, when together like you see it, or you can separate them to become 2 twins. There's a separate TV in here, nice granite countertops, place to sit and do your makeup. There's USB, US, and European power. There's also cabinetry left and right of the bed. We go in here. This is your bathroom. Toilet in a great place for someone my size at 6'4". So that's awesome. Great late room. You have a tub, a whirlpool tub, and a separate shower. Love that. Love the combination. His and hers vessel sinks. Very well done. Love the look of this. And it does have a nice big balcony. So let's take a look at that. So they've got a table and a couple chairs down here. And then on this side, you have a couple, they're chairs / loungers, because there's a couple footstools that you see. So there you go. That is your owner suite. Let us know what you think of it. We'll see you on the next one. Ciao.
Now we're going to get on to the Grand Suite. The Grand Suite.
242. This is what's called a Grand Suite 1-bedroom. As you walk in, you have some closet space right here, both hanging, there's shelves, a little bit of everything in that closet. Coming further in, a little desk over here with your ice bucket. There's a mini fridge down there, as well as some drawers. And as you can see, your living room, nice sofa here with a coffee table that you can move around, and directly across from that, decent sized TV. Here's a coffee station, as well as a teapot and a chair for you to sit there as well. There's another chair down here in the corner. Nice comfy padded chair. Love it. Lisa. Now, this has a separate bedroom or separate living area. There is a curtain that can close right here. It's tucked back right there. All right, so this is in its king configuration, but you see what happens if they take that pad off. It can become two twins. Nice padded headboard there. There is power on this side as well as the other side, which is really neat. Some more closet space in here, as well as an area to sit down and do your hair and makeup, and plenty of power. 2 US, 2 USB, and European, and a separate TV. There are 2 entrances into the bathroom. You can enter the bathroom by the front door there, or from the master, right where I was at. So toilet, not bad. It's going to be a little bit tight, but at my height, it's just fine. So it's good at 6'4", sink right across from that. To me, it looks like this used to be like a separate half bath that could be included, but there's no door here anymore. You have a single vessel sink here, as well as the single vessel sink there. That mirror does light up, and you have a shub tower combo. Not too bad. Love the tile. Let's go look at the balcony. Decent sized balcony. You have a table with 2 chairs. You also have some more loungy type chairs here that recline back with a little footstool. Great views out the side of the ship. You can see all the way forward and all the way back. Absolutely love it. So there is your 1-bedroom grand suite. We'll see you on the next one. Ciao.
Now it's time for the 2-bedroom grand suite.
10234. This is a grand suite with 2 bedrooms. As you come in here, here's a closet, a little walk-in closet. Nice. This is going to be access to the bathroom for the bedroom number 2. Got a stand-up shower here in the corner. Toilet's in a great place for someone my height at 6'4". A little tight for someone fluffy, but not bad. You have some shelves, power, nice mirror, decent-sized sink, not too big, not too small, and some storage. Again, I said it was 2-bedroom. First bedroom is right over here. It's either going to be 2 twins or a king, but this is what it looks like if it's 2 twins. Across from here, there's a little bit of power and a TV and a small closet for storing stuff in here. Let's get into the living room. Nice big living room, huge sofa, couple of chairs, coffee table, a very, very nice space in here. Across from this, you have your credenza, you've got coffee machine, you've got a teapot, some storage. There's a mini fridge down there. This does have a separate master. So this is what the master looks like in its king configuration. You can separate these if you want. There is power on that side of the bed, US only. Closets here, closets there, as well as the TV across from the bed and more closets there. Moving down to this end, there's a little dressing table here, or a makeup mirror, whatever you want to call it, a dressing table. Hair and makeup, and that does light up. You have 2 US, 1 European, and 2 USB. And then you have your own bathroom here in the suite. Of course, I turned off the wrong lights. So single vessel sink, nice. You do have a shub tower combo. Toilet in a great place for someone my height at 6'4". So there you go. There is your 2-bedroom grand suite. Oh yeah, we got to do the balcony. Thank you, Lisa. Almost forgot the balcony. Some people will call this a family suite, like one of the cabin attendants we just ran into called this the family suite. So there you go, table of 4 chairs. And you have a couple lounges down here with another little table. Again, great views forward. Or that was backwards. There's forward. Gotta remember what side of the ship I'm on. Either way, it's just great views. Look at all of that. Here in Tokyo, Yokohama. All right, y'all. We'll see you on the next one. Ciao.
All right, who wants to see some lofts?
Me.
Me. All right, first one. It's the Sky Loft, not the Grand Loft. It's the Sky Loft Suite.
Sky Loft Suite here on deck 8, cabin 722. So as you come in here, great space downstairs. Huge volume because of it being a loft. Absolutely love it. Nice credenza with a coffee machine. There's glasses. There's a mini fridge down there. What if there's 2 mini fridges? Nope, just one. The mini fridge is on this side. Got some drawers, nice sized TV. Across from that, nice leather sofa. There's also a leather chair down there. You have a table that seats 4. And there's power over here by the table if you need to plug your computer in. And there's power up here as well. Let's go ahead and look at the balcony while we're here. We're all the way to the back of the ship. And so you have great views out the back. As long as you're tucked back there, nobody can see you, but out here, people could look down and see you. Beautiful views, huh? Couple of chairs there, couple of chairs here. There's also a table that seats 2. Of course, you can move these chairs over and seat 4 there if you want, but let's go look upstairs. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything here. You have a half bath down here. Toilet in a great place for someone my height at 6'4". Interesting pedestal type sink. Lighted mirror. Let's check this one here too. Oh, this is the other half. So you have a nice big walk-in shower. That's a party shower, guys. That's a big shower. Nice vessel sink here as well. So another split bathroom kind of configuration where the toilet's on one side and the shower and stuff is on the other. Interesting. Let's go look upstairs. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything here. You have a half bath down here. Toilet in a great place for someone my height at 6'4". Interesting pedestal type sink. Lighted mirror. Let's check this one here too. Oh, this is the other half. So you have a nice big walk-in shower. That's a party shower, guys. That's a big shower. Nice vessel sink here as well. So another split bathroom kind of configuration where the toilet's on one side and the shower and stuff is on the other. Now here is your bed. It's in its currently is in its king configuration, but you can separate it if you wanted to and become 2 twins. Love it. There's controls by the bed. I believe there's a US outlet right there. But imagine waking up to that. My guess is those blinds are on a button. You can open that up and wake up to that in the morning. I would absolutely love that. Here is your TV, which is on a swivel. Moving back here, here's an area to sit, do your makeup and hair. There's power. That does light up, obviously. 2 US, 2 USB, and 1 European. Some drawers. Another closet space up here with a safe. Some drawers beneath. Yet another closet over on this side. And then the ensuite bathroom. Nice stand-up shower, just as big as the one downstairs, but there's 2 shower heads. See, it's not party shower.
Oh, there you go.
There's a shower head here and a shower head there. Nice vessel sink. Toilet in a great place for someone my height at 6'4". Let us know what you think of this, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Ciao.
Actually, that wasn't YouTube. That was the tall man. We were talking when we went into the bathroom the first time and missed if I said it or not. So I drugged the video back to here so you guys could hear it twice, but we only heard it once.
And then he only drank once because he only heard it once.
Hey, does a tree make a noise when it falls in the wood and there's nobody there to hear it? No. All right, moving on to the Grand Loft Suite. Grand Loft Suite.
724, this is the Grand Loft Suite. It says it right there. As you come in here on the left-hand side, there is a bathroom. All right, toilet in a great place for someone my height at 6'4". Nice vessel sink. Love the light decor in here. And a nice stand-up shower with a shower head, all your lotions and potions. That's a really big shower. Coming further in, you have a little leather chair to sit with a table. Across from that, there's a suite, so they put stuff in here when you come here on day 1. But there's your dining room table. Down here, you have your credenza with all kinds of other things on it, coffee machine. You have a mini fridge down there. The rest of it is just storage and a nice TV. Across from this is your living area. And of course, you have this great expansive view up here, which I absolutely love. Lisa's down there. There's a closet. Let's go ahead and look at the outside while we're here. Of course, it's locked. So decent sized balcony. We are basically just about in the middle of the ship here at the back. You've got a couple of loungers there. Table with 2 chairs here, and then of course behind me there's 2 more chairs with another table. Beautiful views out the back of the ship. Now if you're standing all the way up here, people up there can see you, but as soon as you step back here, you see how far I am from the railing, you have complete privacy. Love this Royal Loft Suite. All right, let's go up to the loft. Be careful of the balloons.
Grand Loft Suite, not Royal. Grand Loft Suite.
So first, let's start off in the bedroom. So yeah, this is it. This is why you pay the money, to have those views when you wake up in the morning. You open the curtains and ba-bam, especially for sea days. That's amazing. So this is a king-size bed, as you see, but I believe it can be separated to be 2 twins. There's a TV over there on a swivel, so it can be moved. You just want to sit up here and relax and have a coffee, you can do that, but I think you'd rather do it out there. Nice dressing mirror. You have a area here to do hair and makeup with power, 2 US, 2 USB, 1 European. There's some drawers and things, and you have 2 more closets back here. This one is a combination of hanging, safe, and some drawers beneath. This one is all hanging with some drawers beneath. Let's go look at the bathroom. Nice big bathroom. All right, so as you can see the toilet, well, there are just no issues there. You could be a basketball player in the NBA and sit on that. So no problems at my height is 6'4". You do have his and her shower heads in here. There's your party shower. And then a nice vessel sink. There's power up there if you need power for shaving or whatever. So there you go. This is the Royal Loft Suite. Let us know what you think of those views. We'll see you on the next one. Ciao.
Ciao. Sorry, I'm busy pouring another mimosa. Number 5 for me.
I don't even know how many for me.
You're on your 3rd.
I am my 3rd.
Yes. We have one more cabin, everybody. One more. It is the Royal Loft Suite.
It's cabin 320, Royal Loft Suite. This is a big sucker. So as you come in, you can see what you have to deal with. This is on the corner of the ship. Absolutely expansive space out here. Massive living room. All kinds of seating. You have an outdoor area on the balcony, which is huge. There's a little, almost, you feel like you want to barbecue out there, right? You have a table, several loungers out there. We are all the way in the back of the ship, so of course there's great views of everything out here. I'm sure there's a separate bedroom down here. It's like a 2-bedroom. So it's got a sofa that pulls out to be a bed, as you see, but it is considered a bedroom. A nice, huge TV. So if you're using this as a living room, giant TV. But there is a closet in here, and it also has its own balcony on the side of the ship. So very interesting layout of this cabin. So let's see if we missed anything else here. There's a bathroom. So this would be either for your guests or for the people staying in that other bedroom or the other bathroom down there. Toilet's in a great place if the door is closed. The door open, obviously, that's going to present some problems. Shower, his and her shower heads, beautiful window so you can see the world while you're showering. I think that is very unique. All right, let's go upstairs real quick. I love the TV that comes out of the ceiling. So if you don't want to watch the TV and that is up, you have completely unobstructed views of all of that.
Isn't that beautiful?
Beautiful. So there's your bed. It's in its king configuration. You have power on the right side of the bed, but there's also some storage as well. Here's your dressing area. Lots of closet space. You can sit here and do your makeup or your hair. And the bathroom is sort of a wraparound. So you've got your sink here. You've got your tub here. You've got another sink here, and then back here, there's your nice shower, which leads out to your private whirlpool, right? And a little basket kind of hanging seat. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything on the other side. Yeah, that's the closet. What a great cabin this is, everybody.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, Royal Loft Suite. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Ciao.
Filming Tom and style.
Well, there you go, everybody. 20 cabins here on the Ovation of the Seas. Hopefully you saw one that fits your speed. I hope so, because there's only a couple of others, and they're in the loft category, I think.
They are, yes.
Yep, so.
Yeah.
And we barely got the Royal Loft Suite in there. The attendants in there weren't very happy we were there. But anyway, so that's that. So yeah. So thank you very much for joining us. A couple of housekeeping notes before we go any further. One, if you have not hit that subscribe button or that thumbs up button, please do. It really does help out the channel, and we would sincerely appreciate it. And again, consider subscribing if you enjoy cruising. We are all about cruises. We broadcast live every night we're on ships. We do incredibly detailed reviews. We cover more cabins than anybody else, and our deck tours are 360 degrees. So consider, and plus we do cruise news and other things and tips and tricks when we're not on ships. But consider joining part of the Tall Man Clan. 2. I have a Facebook group. We put different content up there, like, for instance, all the menus from the ships, pictures of food we're having, daily activities, that stuff we put all in our Facebook group. It is a private group, so you will have to answer a couple questions. The first one is, what was your first cruise? And the second one is just adhering to the group rules. Once you answer those, it'll let you right in. If you do not answer, it will decline you. So please go to the Facebook group and answer the questions and become part of the Tall Man Clan there as well. Nope, that's the wrong button, Robert. We also have a Patreon account if you want to continue supporting us in a different way. We do have a Patreon account there, Tall Man Clan. Just go to patreon.com/Tall Man Clan. We put exclusive content up there that goes nowhere else. We do live streams directly to our Patreon members, as well as content that we share no other place other than to our Patreon. So there's lots of benefits for being a Patreon member, and it really does help support the growth of this channel, and Lisa and myself. And again, from the bottom of our heart, thank you to all of our current Patreons and all of our potential future Patreon members that are watching right now. So thank you very much. Okay, that being said, let's get to some of the comments.
Okay.
We almost made it through that whole bottle already, believe it or not.
I believe it.
I'm feeling a little woozy.
I believe it.
I'm doing all right, but I'm feeling a little woozy. Thank you for the thumbs up. T. Brookie says, White Claw is a seltzer with flavor alcoholic drink. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. I did not know what that was, so thank you.
Carol Smith liked the Accessible Junior Suite.
Yes.
John said, nice on the camera.
Yes.
You're welcome, buddy. Ashley Godspeed, I must have missed Suite. No, don't worry about it. Irene says, Ovation has some of the nicer rooms I've seen. Decor, colors, love. Yeah.
You know, this really is a nice ship.
Yep.
It really is.
And Ashley agrees. Hello, EJ. How are you doing? Good to see you tonight, buddy.
Yes.
Very nice, Captain. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, everybody be drinking. If you're new to the Tall Man Clan and you're new, this is your first stream, we turned the cabin thing just into a drinking game, and it happened by accident. I just keep on repeating my height. And somebody said, we should turn that into a drinking game. And then all of a sudden now it's a drinking game. Every time I say my height is 6'4", drink. And of course on cabin days, it's like a lot of times.
It is a lot.
We don't really drink, so this champagne is not doing well with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
EJ says, got to say we had a regular suite in the Haven on NCL Joy. Biggest, nicest cabin I've been in. You could fit 10 people on the balcony and at least 5 inside, no problem. We also had a suite on MSC Miravalia. Nice.
Very nice.
You know, it's funny, we've never had a suite.
No.
The closest to a suite we had were junior suites on Princess. However, a junior suite on Princess is like a balcony on every other ship.
It is. I was going to say there's a big asterisk with that.
There is. Their balconies do not have sofas.
Correct.
It's like an inside cabin with a balcony. There's not much more room, really. If you want more room, you have to get their junior suite.
Yeah.
I don't know how their new class of ships are.
But the older class,
But even right up to the Emerald Princess that we just had gone on earlier this year, same thing. So anyway. So let's see. Hello, Valerie. How are you doing? Good to see you.
Hi.
Welcome aboard.
Yes.
Yep. Heading to bed, Irene. Good night. You're already gone, I'm sure.
Thank you.
So
Good night.
Get some sleep and say hello to Mom and Dad for us.
Yes.
Oh, it's good night. Today in Fort Lauderdale, it was 100 degrees.
Oh my gosh.
I don't have the thing up on the TV right now, but the last I saw it was 55 here. The winds have calmed down a little bit. In fact, we'll
get a balcony cam.
We'll get a balcony cam here. Is this balcony cam? Yeah. Look, it's still foggy, but it's not as wet.
Correct. So it feels warmer.
Yeah.
Even though the temperature really hasn't changed, it does feel warmer.
Sorry, I don't know. We're here. We're here.
Yeah, we don't have the wind blowing like it had been.
At least prior to coming down here.
Correct.
See, everything changes. Like yesterday, you saw that it had cleared up a little bit, but not an hour and a half after the broadcast. It's the thickest fog we've seen so far. In fact, I do believe they've blown up the foghorn, and they're now using the regular horn, which is, I went to try to go get a recording of it last night. This was the end result of that. It's crazy! Now, what was really crazy about that, I was on, I call it the protected side of the ship. I was on the side of the ship where the winds were not blowing. So I was on the port side of the ship, and the winds were hitting the starboard side of the ship. And I was still getting those kind of winds last night. Almost lost my hat. Almost lost myself trying to get my hat. And I hadn't been drinking. So yeah, it's been crazy. So, but it is a little bit nicer. It feels like the sun is trying to come out, but it's just the fog is too
We
thick.
actually did have a little bit of sunshine through the haze, but you could see the glow.
It was bright, but
Yeah,
it's
it
just
was
too
bright,
hazy.
but it was very hazy still for just, I don't know, what, 30 minutes maybe?
I don't know.
And I thought, oh, the sun's going to burn off the fog. No, the fog burned out the sun.
T. Brookie's like, really great views of the fog from the loft suites. I know, right? These people pay for these suites on this 17-day, and all they're going to see is white fog.
Oh, my goodness.
Drinks get into Robert. He's relaxed. Oh, you have
Oh,
no
yes,
idea.
he is.
Those huge suites on all of these ships are amazing. Yes, they are. Some more than others. Like, I feel the suites on the Carnival, the Celebrity
Ascent was crazy.
They were off the charts.
Yeah.
There was a 2,100 square foot suite.
Yeah.
The decor and the layout of their top suites were far beyond any other suite we've seen so far on any ship.
Yeah.
Any of the loft suites here, anything, anywhere. The decor in those suites were amazing.
But I really do like that Royal Suite.
Royal Suite's great. The Royal Loft Suite, yeah.
I
Oh,
really
don't get me wrong. I didn't say I didn't like any of them. I like them all. I'll take any one of them.
But I agree that
yeah.
the Celebrity Ascent, that main suite, oh my gosh, that was unbelievable.
Yeah, it
Bigger than
really
our
was.
house.
If you haven't seen that, it's on our channel. Go look for
Like a year and a half, 2
Yeah.
years back.
the Celebrity Ascent. Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. EJ says, great tour. Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
And you're relatively new. We do that on all the ships that we go on. We try to get as many cabins as we can to give a good round view from insides all the way up to the biggest suite we can possibly get into. And mind you, we're not invited to these things, and so we have to make our own way.
we
So,
have to hustle.
yeah, we're going to hustle a little bit. So. Wind tunnel test. Great job. Yeah, I know, right? Man, that honestly, that was actually, to be honest, it was a little scary. And so, yeah, really, it was pushing me around. I really thought I was going to go over.
And
So.
you know, also the deck was very wet. Everything outside has been wet recently
For days.
because of the ocean spray.
Yeah.
And it's not, like rain. It hasn't been raining. It's just the
We-
mist coming off the water, coming off the pools,
Yeah.
the hot tubs. Everything's wet. And so that makes it slippery, and being pushed when the floor is slippery, it is a little scary.
Well, for the last 3 days, the relative humidity, and I haven't said it, but it's been 99%. And so, I mean, everything outdoors is covered in water. It's just wet.
It
So.
is, yeah.
Today, I don't think the humidity's up as high.
Obviously not. I mean, it's pretty dry out there.
Y'all, here, let me turn the camera so you can see the deck of the balcony is actually. Oh, hang on, let me go back to a full screen too. The deck of our balcony is actually dry.
Yeah. Yesterday, not the same.
First time it's
Yesterday was
been
wet.
First time it's been dry in 4 days.
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, our lights.
So you can see us and not shadows.
Yeah, right. Of course, we're in the daylight today. Normally, we don't have that, so we're getting the daylight from out there, sort of. Antonio says, "Robert, you look like a human kite on deck, right?" I'm telling you, dude, it was.
That's a good description.
So I got all the way up to where I could get the horn. I did get the horn, but the wind was so bad you could barely hear the horn through the wind. But that horn was pretty darn loud because it turns out I was standing right underneath it. And after it blew, I turned the phone off, put it in my pocket, and I thought to myself, now what am I going to do? Because I braved it going the one direction. I knew it was going to be hard going back. And I was not looking forward to that trip. So,
You know what I find funny about that?
yeah.
What I find funny about that is he sent me up there a couple of days prior to get the sound of the horn.
But
He
we
didn't
weren't
say-
moving.
He didn't say, yeah, we were moving.
We were in port.
We were not.
Yes.
No, we
Yes.
were not.
Or was it sail away?
It was after sail away.
after
So
sail
I
away?
go up to get it because it was the foghorn. We were already in the fog.
Oh, that's right.
So
That's
he
right.
sends me
Yeah.
up to get the foghorn. So I go up and I just get the video for the sound, and I could care less about how the camera's positioned because I thought he just wanted the sound bite. And he's like, "Well, where's the video?" So when he goes up there,
Ooh, I got the video, didn't I?
you did get
I
the
did
video.
get the video. Ashley's answering to the White Claw is low sugar, low carb. That's why I drink them. Awesome.
Nice. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of it.
360 will be great on the wind tunnel. So I didn't use my 360 camera. So here's the thing about the 360 camera. So it's got two lenses, right? You can sort of see them there, and they're bubbled. And the refraction of light off of these things is incredible. One speck of dirt, one speck of water, anything, it's going to make the view not pleasant. So
Yeah, it does.
I just had my phone. In this, honestly, we have yet to video decks 15 and 16 and the outside of deck 5. I can't take the camera out there. We've done everything else in with the 360 camera. So I want to do the rest with the 360 camera so we can have that 360 degree on all the decks of the ship.
Yeah.
But there has to be no moisture in the air because I would walk 3 feet and then have to dry it off and clean it. Walk 3 feet, then have to dry it off and clean it. Walk 3 feet and have to, and that's not a good video. So that in that moment, that was just, I took my phone up there. Honestly, I wasn't expecting that kind of wind at all whatsoever. I just took my phone to hold it up to get the horn, which I did, but you can barely hear it. And then I'm like, well, I might as well turn it on as I'm trying to walk back. At least if I fall over, there'll be video evidence of what happened.
See, and that's why I did what I did was I held my microphone is right here, so I held the phone like this to try and block the wind noise and try and get as much of the horn as possible.
Man, I was holding on with one hand and it's crazy. Oh my God. Yeah. So John, no wind tunnel on the 360. I apologize.
Yeah.
However, when we do video, because it was up on deck 15, when we do actually get the video of deck 15, I'll point out specially for you where I was standing. There you go. Macrina says, and the best part is, all the security cameras were watching you brave the winds, watching your safety, but having a good laugh. Oh, you know darn right. Look at that dumb.
Look, he's chasing his hat now.
Yeah, I did. I had to chase that. My brand new Mount Fuji hat.
Yeah.
That was gone
He
in
almost
seconds.
lost it.
You probably weren't even inside by then because she had been outside with me, and she's like, it's a little cold. I'm going to go back to the cabin. Well, I'm going to go up and try to get that horn. And so she walks to go back inside to get the elevators. I go up the stairs. I get a few feet this way in the hat. And of course, I put the hat on, and then it's drenched because everything's drenched, and the water is now dripping down. My glasses have all fogged up. I can't see where I'm going. It's kind of funny. Anyway.
I'm pretty sure I said have fun with that when
Yeah.
you left.
Chris says, question, Robert, all the ships you've sailed, does Royal Celebrity have the nicest suites or at least the biggest?
Celebrity knocks it out of the ballpark.
Just not even close.
Yeah.
Really. If you go back and watch the videos from the Celebrity suites we did.
Yeah.
They are just absolutely gorgeous. Truly amazing layouts, amazing decor. Now, Carnival has the penthouse suite, which is really pretty spacious too, with their very big balcony.
I didn't think it was spacious. I thought it was pretty
Wait,
small.
what's the one with the huge balcony with the fireplace outside?
That's the Carnival, the XL class.
The XL class and the presidential suite.
The rooms themselves are small though.
But the balcony
the
is.
balcony
Yes.
is huge.
That's what I was talking about, the balcony.
Okay, the balcony is beautiful on the Carnival XL presidential suite.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's got the outdoor fireplace and beautiful. But the inside, pretty small.
I don't, but Royal's Loft Suites are nice.
Yes.
But the decor on the XL class ships and their upper suites, they win the cake for sure.
Trying to replace the decor.
EJ says DJI Osmo 3. Check it out. Very nice. Okay, well. Yeah, we use the DJI Osmo 5 gimbal for our phone. So
Do I need to take a note on that, or will you remember it?
I think I'll remember.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Dumb. Yeah, that's me. Yes, what can I do for you? I was thinking you would lose your glasses. Oddly enough, so I had had the hat on, but I can't remember if I took it off and I was holding it or I put it on backwards. I think I put it on backwards to begin with, but then when I knew it was time to go back, I took it off and put it in my hands. I was holding it in the hand and holding the camera like that and just holding on for dear life with the other hand, with the little railing there. But my glasses were all fogged up. I couldn't see much of anything. So anyway, so there you go. So we have tomorrow, before I get too far ahead, tomorrow's going to be an interesting show. We're not actually going to show you a deck plan tomorrow. Or a deck tour. Tomorrow? No.
Okay.
We've been videoing all day today, from the time that I got up until actually right now. Hey, everybody over there. We are videoing our entire day, and we're going to give you a vlog tomorrow of what our day is like here at sea or even in port. It doesn't truly matter. Mostly our days are very similar. This trip has been a little different because we've never been to Japan, so we were tourists for the first 4 or 5 days.
Yes.
But a lot of the ships we go on, of course, they're going down to the Caribbean. We've been to these ports so many times, we don't typically get off the ship. So this is just a typical day. What time we get up and what do we do and the activities and things. So, so we're videoing and we're doing a little time lapse of the broadcast of us.
Of our stream.
Right. But tomorrow we'll have a nice video of the day here on the ship, what to do, what are we doing, what's going on, and all that stuff. So there's that. So make sure you stick around for tomorrow. If you haven't already done so, please, for the love of God, please,
hit that thumbs up.
Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe, become part of the Tall Man Clan. It is free to you. It costs you absolutely nothing. If you like good, lighthearted fun, that is us. And sometimes just straight up 9 fun too. Just whatever. Right? That's us. We're a bit nutty, and we are just two normal people having a good time. We'd love to have you with us. We're going to be having a group cruise, too. You can see it up there, right? 168 days. Consider coming along with us. I'll play a teaser for it in a little bit, but it's an 8-day on the Carnival Horizon going to the Southern Caribbean, right? It's going to be amazing. If you want to go on the group cruise, just send me an email. tallmanscruiseadventures@gmail.com. 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 There you go. I said it 3 times, so you should remember it. 2 more. You got to hear something 5 times before you remember it. You're going to say it 2 more times. Like that silly commercial about getting your annuity paid ahead. Mm-hmm. For some, it's always in my head, but this exact moment I can't think of it. Mm-hmm. 1-800. I can't remember it anyway. So. Yes, Allie's like, yay! I love the vlog videos. You're welcome. I know you do. And we've never really done a lot of sort of vlogging. It's really been mostly about the ship reviews and getting the deck tours and things. And so we're trying to do a little bit more vlogging. We're trying to get over the hump a little bit, And so I videoed breakfast this morning without her in it because she doesn't want anybody to see her eat. So we turn the camera my way.
You gonna tell her what you did?
But I forgot to push the button.
Camera was there
the whole time.
Aimed on him. He's talking to it.
I put my finger up. It didn't start.
No recording.
No recording. So you get to see an empty plate. I deleted that video because I was mad.
And you wonder why we don't do more vlogging.
Yeah, right?
I cannot tell you how many videos I have taken of just the floor because I think I'm turning it on and I'm turning it off. Yeah.
So Chris says, same royal, own celebrity. So, but I can't understand for the life of me why Carnival doesn't give you twice daily service for suites. I don't know. It's like anything else. We don't get twice service in the regular cabins here. I don't know if the suites are getting them. I know on
I feel
MSC.
like we've asked about that for, I can't remember which cruise line, but one of the cruise lines said, no, we only service the suites once a day. And they said that's all you get in a hotel room is once a day service.
Yes, but if you ask, you can have twice.
If you ask, you can have it twice.
But it's not an automatically given thing.
Correct.
Right.
I don't remember which cruise line it was, though, that said
I don't
that.
remember it either at this point.
Yeah.
We've gone on so many this year so far. It was one of the ones we went on this year.
Yes.
Because we asked.
Yes.
So if we go back and think of what we've been on this year, it's either a Holland, an MSC, an NCL. It's not this ship, so it's not a Royal.
No.
We were on Virgin. We missing one, guys? I feel we're missing one.
I can't even tell you.
Yeah. Anyway.
I can't even tell you.
But like MSC up in the yacht club is at least twice a day.
Yes. It's like
it's all but
every
nonstop.
time you leave, every
Yeah.
time you leave, they're in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. It's a staffing thing. It just
I think
is.
it is. Yeah.
You know, if you think of the pre-pandemic ways of the cruise industry, it was always twice a day. It was going to be in the morning time, and then at nighttime, you know, they're going to clean up your towels and turn down your bed, and then they're going to split. It wasn't really a big cleaning. It wasn't a big process.
It was just a tidy up
was-
thing.
right.
Yeah, like you said, turn down and leave chocolates on your pillow.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And so for us, because of what we do and the time frame that we're doing it with the loss of time, we're broadcasting in our cabin storage prime time.
Yes, we
And
are.
so he does our cabin at night. We're only getting once a day here. And
That's
and,
fine.
and to the point of the other ship we were on, you only get it once a day in a hotel. What's the big deal?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm fine with once a day service as
doesn't
long as
bother
I've
me.
got, fresh towels
Yeah.
and stuff like
And
that.
anything we need,
we can
they're
call and
always
ask.
there.
Yeah.
And everybody's always giving us their card right when we get on board if we need something like today. He's been icing the champagne. We've been having the champagne ice since day one, every day. And but it was all melted, and we knew we were going to do this today. So
Because he ices it in the evening, not in the mornings.
Correct.
That's when he services our
Right.
room.
So we just took the bucket out and found him and said, hey, can we get this film now? I know you're going to do the room later, but we're going to drink this during the broadcast today. Oh, not a problem. We don't fill it up with ice, and away it went. So anyway.
Yeah.
EJ, is it music time? Yes. Almost music time.
Yes,
We're almost there.
yes.
Love the vlog. She already said that. Group cruise.
Oh,
Yes.
thanks.
The champagne's in effect. Yeah, it feels pretty good. Chris says, Robert looked like Jim Cantori in a hurricane. Right? Oh my God. Oh.
That's hilarious.
It's crazy. What the heck? Oh my God. Go for shelter. Holy crap. Everyone in your safe places now.
Oh my gosh, you need to send that in for an interview for the Weather Channel. That's hilarious.
Thunder snow! Yes! Yes! Thunder snow! I remember the first time I saw him hear thunder snow. Oh my God, I fell off the couch laughing. Oh my God, that was freaking hysterical.
I don't remember Thunder
I was like,
Snow. I literally thought you just made that up.
no,
That's it.
no,
That is a thing.
It was. I had only been watching the Weather Channel for a while, and so I didn't get to. I was just getting to know everybody's personalities. It's like, dude, this guy, he is way too into the weather. Okay, fine. It's snack time, everybody. Snack time. Get out your snacks. Here we go. Snack music. Here we go.
So here we go again, it's no surprise. 'Cause we know better than to roll the dice. So take this love and try to make it new. You can't fight it when it feels so true. You drive me crazy like no one else. The final moment before I lose myself. And it's no use working 9 to 5.
All right, everybody. What did you have for a snack? We want to know. Leave it in the chat below because we want to know. I'm sorry. That's where we're stopping.
Champagne.
Yeah. What is
Mimosas.
what is going
I
on?
had carrot muffins.
I had apple Danish.
Yeah. Yeah. Very tasty.
I'm trying to. There we go. There's the look outside. See, it hadn't improved. In fact, it looks like it's gotten worse.
It does look a little more
It looks a little
misty.
darker.
It does look a little darker.
Yeah.
A little more white.
Macrina reminded me of Miss Carnival because we were on the horizon.
We're missing.
when we were the ships that we've been on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Junior Suites and above on Royal get twice a day service. Well, there you go. And Tim and I are booked The Celebrity Beyond. I've been
Nice.
catching up on your Ascent videos
Yes.
because I believe they're sister ships. They
yes,
are.
they are.
Yeah, so,
And I love the Ascent.
I mean, some of the colors might be a little different, but the layout is exactly the same. So,
Yeah,
there you
you'll
go.
enjoy it. I love the Ascent. And pizza's great.
Yeah, pizza's good. Yeah. Macrina says, for me, I like twice a day just to take my wet towels. I hate wet towels or showers. Now, I mean, I understand that, but to me, it's not the end of the world. And if you want, just go find them. Hey, can I get some new towels?
Yeah, they're always happy to exchange them.
I have yet, during his hours, because he tells you, our cabin stewards and all the ships we've been on, they always tell us what their hours are.
Mm-hmm.
They are always visible, whether they're in somebody's cabin, because, I mean, they prop open the door when they're in a cabin. And so you just walk. If you need something, you just, hey, can I get, and they will be happy to help you right there on the spot. So that's why the whole 2-day thing has never bothered us since it's no
No.
longer really happening.
No.
So, but no, I understand. I mean, it was nice. Chris says, so if I pay 10 grand for the presidential suite at Carnival, I get the same service as someone who gets an inside? I didn't say it was right. I'm just saying what it is. So, Chris, I'll ask you this in the nicest of ways. I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful or confrontation at all. But twice a day for 10 grand? I mean, is that a decision point? Meaning the inside get once a day, but I paid 10 grand, so I should get twice a day. No, the money you're paying is for the cabin. It's for the space on the ship, because the cabin takes up a lot of square footage, and the way the cruise lines work is they have worked out every ounce of space on the ship, and every cabin square footage has to earn so much cash. And so that's why suites cost a little bit more, obviously. So the twice a day to me doesn't mean suites. It's the space and the other benefits that come with it. Sometimes it's a dedicated butler, depending on the cruise line that you're on. There's other perks, whether it's being able to get a seat with clear shot and clear views in the theaters, or
Sometimes
preferential
it's-
dining, or preferential boarding, or embarking, disembarking, all these different things. It's more than just twice a day service. I'm not going to disagree. I feel it should come with twice a day service. But to me, that's not a make or break if I had paid for the presidential suite and my guy wasn't there. Like I just mentioned, I bet if you walk outside the cabin, he's there. He's just working another cabin. Just drag him over. So, but, you know, there's a lot of things just like that these days with the cruise lines. Post-pandemic, they're just not the way they used to be across the board.
That is very true.
It used to be twice a day service
For
all-
everybody.
For everybody.
Yeah.
Period. You know, there used to be linens on all the dining room tables.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're not. Why? Because we're trying to, be eco-friendly. That's BS.
That is totally BS.
They're saving money.
Well, it's not that they're saving money. They're earning more money for their shareholders, which is their legal obligation. So I get that. They've got to be making money for their shareholders or they're breaking the law.
There's no, bread baskets on the dining room table.
Yeah.
Oh, we're trying to be more eco-friendly. You're saving money.
It's all about the money.
It's always about the money.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what happens. And it's all the cruise lines. It's not one in particular. It's all of them. But more specifically, the Carnival Corporation,
Yes.
Royal Caribbean International, and the NCL Corporation, because they are publicly traded companies.
Yes.
And like Lisa just said, they are mandated by law to make a profit for their shareholders. Yeah. And when things are right, what do? They're going to cut corners. And this is stuff we've talked about, a few different times on our streams. Look, you're there to make a profit. I get that. But if for you to make a profit, you have to cut into benefits that your loyal patrons are used to getting or have been getting or got in the past, if you have to cut those to make more profit, there's something wrong. Because there was profit before. So, and I think a lot, again, post-pandemic, they have incurred such debt trying to keep their doors open because there was no cruises. They couldn't make money.
They had to cut corners. But now that the corners have been cut, they're not bringing the benefits back.
Right. Well, I think it might be a couple of more years until full circle comes. Because remember, these industries, these corporations, they took out massive loans.
They did to stay
afloat, to keep their doors open. So, it's going to take a while to pay those things off. Look, they are making record profits. They are making record profits, but those profits have to go to pay off debts.
And I don't see those benefits that we used to have. I don't see those coming back because people are still booking the ships.
That's correct.
They're still booking these vacations without those added benefits. And so the shareholders are going to say, no, people are buying your product without these benefits. So no, they don't get them back. I don't see them coming back.
I can't wait to see what Carnival's new loyalty program looks like.
I know.
And what they're cutting.
Yeah.
Because they ain't adding.
No,
that's not going to happen. They're not giving more. They're going to take away. That's how that happens. Yeah. So I can't wait to see how that gets restructured. They're probably going to add another level in there somewhere, and they're going to bust things up a little more. And so people that are getting some stuff now are not going to get those until they get to the next level, which means another 150 days of cruising or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. Which comes, and we talked about this the last stream and maybe a little bit before. We had put out this video about the rising crime on ships and how, one person, can go and commit a crime on a ship and get banned for life, but just go right down the street and book the next cruise on a different cruise line. Mm-hmm. We feel there should be an industry banned list. And I know a lot of you already feel that way because a lot of you watching that are part of the Tall Man Clan have already voiced your opinion. If you're new around here and you haven't, heard me say these things before, there's a video on our channel. I forget what it's entitled, but it's just from a week or two ago. It doesn't go far back. But in short, it's just talking how we feel, all these executives for all these cruise lines and the corporations need to sit down in a room, leave their egos aside, and create an industry-wide ban list. If you're committing a crime, whatever the crime is, on one ship and you get banned, it needs to be banned from the entire industry. Mm-hmm. Because letting them on another ship in and itself, to me, is criminal. Because you're just putting the rest of us at danger, right? So there's a website, cruisebannedlist.com. I'm going to type it in if I can type it. If I can type.
That champagne.
Cruisebannedlist.com. I just typed it into the chat. Cruisebannedlist.com. These guys, they're submitting a petition. We need you guys to go sign this, right? So the more passengers that will sign this list, the more voices there are behind this, because everybody we've talked to, they all say the same thing. We agree. Great. Sign the petition. So when they have enough signatures, they can take it to CLIA. CLIA can take it to everybody and say, okay, everybody in a room, let's get this done, right? So anyway, I just wanted to make sure I said that. So cruisebannedlist.com. All right, where were we? Oh, we were way far back.
Yeah, we've got a lot of comments.
Way far back. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Okay. Alex says, any updates on if you're going to be skipping 2 p.m. once you pass the international? I don't know, but we're skipping 2 p.m. today. In fact,
it's actually 3:24 now instead of 2:24.
We've already. The clocks in the ship do not have the 2 o'clock hour.
No, they do not.
It goes from 1:59 to 3.
3 o'clock.
It is now 3:30.
And tomorrow, from what I understand, it will be yesterday.
Yes.
Again.
Or is it tomorrow?
Yes.
It'll be
tomorrow it'll be. Wait, today? I'm confused.
Tomorrow's today.
Tomorrow we'll have the same day again.
Correct.
Yes.
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 I don't know.
Whether that includes a time change from 1 to 3 as well, I don't know. But we'll be repeating the same day.
Macrina's like, that wind would have taken my glasses off. I don't know how mine stayed on. They were there. Thunder snow is not that unusual, so it's weird how Jim Cantore gets excited. I know, right? Like the first time I saw him do that, I'm like, dude, you need to go out more. EJ was like, Tom Cruise would have been proud of you in that wind tunnel deck. Dun 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 dun.
This mission, should you choose to accept it.
Tall man. Dun 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 dun. Don't give me ideas. Chris's question: have you heard any updates from Carnival's VIP? Nah, no.
No.
We sort of were just alluding to that. No ideas.
Yeah.
You know, I know you like to think different, Chris, but nobody tells us.
We're not that connected. We are not that connected.
Nobody gives us squat. Yeah. The stuff that we find out, we find out just from digging around ourselves. So, you know, maybe one day we'll be on a list. And the funny thing is,
we'll let you know when we're on a list, but right now we're not on any
we
list.
We are on some lists.
Well, that's true, but they ignore us.
Yeah.
That we're on a list, but we can send emails and they just don't even respond to them, even though we're on a list.
We're on all the lists.
Yeah.
Just ignore us. So come on, y'all, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe. We need to get like to 100,000, and then once they do start responding, boy, am I going to give them a load on. No, I'm kidding. Thanks. It just took a certain number. Is that what we're looking for? Just
I think.
Let me know my target.
Yeah, I don't know what the target is, but I think it is a number.
Aldi's frozen strawberry fruit bar tonight. Ooh, like a daiquiri on a stick. Nice. That was their snack. Hello, Ozan. How are you doing tonight, buddy? Good to see you. Macrina says, VIP updates, it's now supposed to come in 2026, delayed from 2025. Well, even when John sort of, let the cat out of the bag, thank you for the thumbs up.
Yes, thank you.
They're not going into effect until 2026, but they were going to announce the changes this summer. Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Applause for both of you. So I don't know if they're delaying the announcement as well, but they were not going to take effect until January 1st, 2026, but we were going to be told sometime this summer what those changes were.
That was the last I had heard, yes.
Ozone, we're doing pretty good. We are about
this much champagne left in the bottle.
85% into a bottle of champagne, so we're doing pretty damn good.
We typically don't drink, so if that tells you anything, we're doing really good.
We're doing good.
Yeah.
What was my ex's nickname? Carrot Muffins. Only you, Antonio. Elaine had carrot cake.
Oh, nice. I'm missing the
Tuesday.
cream cheese frosting, though. That would be good.
Yes, I agree. They will always help me if I want to get wet towels. Yes, it's not the end of the world. Okay, thank you again for the thumbs up.
Yes, thank you.
EJ. The live chat appreciates you both. Thank you for the time you take for the channel and us. You are so welcome,
Absolutely,
my friend.
our
You get
pleasure.
you get some extra applause.
Yay! And thank you.
Hercules. It went off. Drink. 6'4". 6'4".
Who said 6'4"?
All right.
Where did that come from? Who said that?
Yeah, the space and the service. Yep. I wish you a good weekend. How are you all? We're great. The weather's still pretty outside. It's a little bit warmer.
And you can actually see the waves
You can
from
see,
balcony cam. Yeah, that's a live shot.
I feel there's a little improvement, but still all in all crappy. But it's okay.
But it's a little better.
Unlike the other ship we were on recently that did 10 days transatlantic, there's so much to do. Inside the ship, we have to pick, like, there's 5 things every hour that we might want to go do, and so we got to pick.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Macrina says, hey, TMC, since you're crossing over from tomorrow to today, over the holiday weekend, suggestions, have a live show so we can see you go back in time. Ba-da-dum, back in time. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
You know, we watch at 2 a.m.
Yes,
That's true.
but for us, it's going to be 2 p.m.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
I don't know when they're doing it.
I don't know when it is. I haven't heard anything. I had to go to guest services to find out it was on the 25th for
Yeah.
us, which is the 24th for you. But
Not sure if they're doing anything big. There doesn't seem. We're going to look a little bit deeper into the guide, but Lisa's been going a couple days ahead
yeah,
in the
and I
schedule
haven't
to
seen
find things.
anything about it.
Yeah.
No notification, no parties, no nothing. So I don't even know what time of day it's going to be for us.
McCreena says no, they're having less dining staff and changing the tablecloths takes up the staff time. Less staff time for tablecloths. They're just cheaping out.
They are, because here's the thing. If
It's
you've
just
got a
cheaping out.
table that does not have a tablecloth, you got to come and you got to wipe it down. I mean, honestly.
You got to remove everything anyway.
You got to remove everything anyway. How much, if you've got the tablecloth, it all just gets wadded up. So you're spending the time with the tablecloth to
Yeah,
wipe the table.
it's-
I don't know. To me, it feels like it's going to be the same amount of time.
It does take time to do the linens, without a doubt.
But it is additional laundry services.
Correct.
Additional laundry services.
And so since they don't have to do that laundry, they're saving the money and hours for the
Yeah.
laundry people and the money that they would spend in the laundry
and the
detergent.
laundry detergent.
So scrapping the tablecloth
Oh,
is
and the
no
linens in
more than a
general.
way to save money.
And the linens in
End of
general.
story.
You're not having to pay for the linens.
Correct. End of story. So
Yeah.
service is the point I'm trying to make. Like when you get the yacht club service, you also get the restaurant same on Royal. Just like $10K for the room is kind of sad. No, I got your point, but the specific words you chose were, so you spend $2K and you get one cleaning a day. Is that correct? When you're in a suite, it goes far beyond the cleaning, right? It's the accessibility to that person, especially in the upper suites. Again, like you're talking about the yacht club. I mean, you literally have a dedicated butler as well as a cabin attendant. The cabin attendant, cleans the cabin a couple times a day, and your butler, dude, our butler went shopping for us.
That being said, though, the butler does not just service us. The butler has several other rooms as well.
But far less than a regular cabin attendant.
far less
Yeah.
than a regular cabin attendant.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's not like one person for one cabin. Like 6 cabins or 8 cabins? It wasn't very many.
I think he said 6, but for some reason 10 is sticking in my
Yeah, I
head
don't know.
too. I don't know.
I don't know
It's
either.
the champagne.
Yep.
The
As long as we know in
mimosas.
advance, no notifications are likely to wake me at 2 a.m., right? EJ's like, I signed 10 times. I know, right? Thanks.
Oh, thank you.
Perfect,
Yeah,
Robert.
thank you.
Can then record breakfast and just make sure to record this time. I know, right? I mean, I took you around the buffet and I took you to our table and I set it up and it just didn't record.
Yeah.
And I had no champagne at that point.
No.
There's no excuse. Oh my God, Robert, you need to do a video with the Mission Impossible theme music.
We'd get a copyright strike like
Yeah.
that.
Yep,
Yeah.
not happening.
Love to do it, but no.
McCreena says, I think John Hild said now the VIP updates will now be announced in 2026. Okay, so they're
pushing
backing
it
off.
again.
They're backing off.
Well, they've already pushed back once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
McCreena, I just watched a vlog about this VIP, and the changes are to be released this summer, which should be any day and take effect in 2020. Okay, well, there's
See, that was the
conflicting
last
answers.
thing I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the last thing I had heard. But I
No,
would-
sorry.
excuse you.
Champagne.
Sheesh. But I wouldn't be a bit surprised if they don't push it back again, because there has been a lot of uproar about
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%. So it's when corporations change things like this, as much as they say it's to your benefit, it is absolutely never to your benefit. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. It is only ever for the corporate benefit.
Yeah, for the shareholders.
We used to work for this company some years ago. And one day, the entire management staff, to include all the way up to the national sales manager, got terminated. I mean, it was a bloodbath. And I said to Lisa, I said, you watch. How they handle us is going to change. Sure enough.
Not even a week later.
Like clockwork. Hey, guys, we're going to have some new stuff coming down. It's going to be great for you. You're going to do so well and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. I started looking for another gig.
Yeah.
Because I knew it was going to be a bloodbath. And sure enough, when they put the information out, I'm like, he would have
been making half the amount that he
Yes.
had been previously making with the new, better benefit plan.
Yeah. If to maintain the income that I was at, I would have been performing, I think it was like at 138% of what I was performing at now. And I was already performing at like
The top.
400% above the norm. So much. Yeah, we're out of here.
Yeah.
So we were done. Anyway.
Yeah, that was a good call.
Because all I was saying is you should get what you pay for. And again, I agree. If that is a thing, and maybe it needs to be a thing, right? Within the booking of that kind of a cabin, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get A, B, C, D, E, F, G. One of those things being twice a day service, right? Maybe it should be spelled out.
It should be.
And put in stone. Not that really matters, because how many times do the cruise lines put words, right, down on paper, yet don't enforce them? So, but it would at least be good to have that stuff written down, so that you know what to expect.
Expectations, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, but those who are new to the industry don't know about any of that stuff. And this is, I think, at least the big enigma in my brain, and the argument that I have is that at some point in time, those who know are going to be gone. And those who are going to be left are the newer people who don't know what it used to be like. Yeah. And I'm not trying to say or feel or insinuate or whatever that we need to go back in time. That's not the reality. The reality is the services, some of the quality in the things that used to be available and given to cruise ship passengers are just no longer given.
That is very true.
Right? And so we would like to see that go back, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, to make more money, they got to take things away, right? And I know John Heel you're talking about, Antonio put something up about math and numbers. I remember somebody did numbers about the chocolates on the pillow.
On the bed pillows allowed them to get the guys' burgers.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I don't buy
that's also BS.
I don't buy that.
Yeah. They brought Guy in for his name.
Yeah.
Not for his burgers. I mean, the burgers came with it, but yeah, let's, again, realistically, every little chocolate, you add that up, however many cabins, times 7 days a week, times every week, they probably spend $1 million a year in chocolates. Mm-hmm. They're not spending it. They get to save it. I have no idea how much it is, guys. I really don't. But just do the simple math, right? Like Lisa was talking about, they don't need the linens anymore, so they're saving the money on the physical cloth.
Yes.
They're saving the money in the manpower hours.
And the detergent.
And the detergent.
Yeah. Profit.
It's just that. They're going to change the comp plan. The things that they take away, they're just saving money, right? So anyway, Antonio's like, that's a lot of math again. 400 plus 100%, expecting another 135. Yeah, it's. I'm sure I deleted it by now, but I had put a spreadsheet together, like doing all the math of what we had been doing. And now, if I had just come into the company and did what I was doing for that company, I would have done well.
Yes.
But I'd already been there for multiple years and took
and had already raised the bar.
Had raised the bar as high as as high as I feel it was possible it could go. There's many, 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 many instances of things that we did that others had done before and after that haven't come close to what we did when we were with them. And so I try not to be emotional about things. It's not egotistical. It's nothing that. It's just numbers. Numbers are not emotional. They're just numbers. Here's the numbers of what we did. Here's the numbers of what everybody else has done. It's again, not an ego thing. That's just what it is. I operate differently than a lot of people do. And some of it's because of my energy, and I can do things longer and because I don't sleep or whatever it is, right? So others just can't do that. So, but that's okay. I'm not expecting everybody to do that. But if I had just come into the company and took that to that, we would have done well. But we were already there. And everybody who was already also there,
We're not going to make any money with a new plan.
we all left.
Yeah.
Everybody. It was a mass exodus. Then, of course, COVID hit.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
anyway, it's like I know what to expect when I sell and haul in America because of you, and I would try them because of the service. There you go. Right? Perfect.
Thank you.
No
We
matter what
appreciate that.
stateroom, get that service. Well, I agree 100%. And, like our guy, or any cruise line we go on, because of what we do and broadcast live, and how we run our days, we will usually spend a couple of evenings or early mornings videoing, meaning we're up at 3 o'clock in the morning and we're videoing until 7 o'clock in the morning. We don't want somebody knocking at the door at 9 or 10 o'clock because we're going to be sleeping, right? So we tell them, so look, most of them these days come to us. He says, we either clean in the morning between this time and this time, or in the evening between this time and this time. What time would you like?
Evening.
Evening.
Every time.
Every
Evening.
time. Evening.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be sleeping in the morning because of, okay, great. And so we always get afternoon or late afternoon, early evening service.
Yeah.
And same with our guy here, Bastion. Told him the same thing. Yep. Afternoon's fine. Or early evening, whatever you want to call it. So, speaking of numbers, you guys are number 1 in our books. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
We do.
The Plate Man.
Ooh, welcome.
The ocean is scary. It has sharks here. Well, the ocean has sharks everywhere. And generally speaking, not always, but generally speaking, unless you're upsetting them, they're just going to leave you alone. Generally speaking.
Or unless they're very hungry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of times shark attacks are because they think
They
think
don't
you're
realize
fish.
you're human. Yeah.
Yeah. Right? Because there's other little fish around and whatever. But
Yeah.
no, trust me, I wouldn't want to go overboard. It would scare me too. But, good news is I don't have to. I got a big, huge ship. It's doing well. And there are lifeboats on board here too. So, and no icebergs in the way.
Woohoo.
6'4".
Fine.
We're almost there. All right, everybody. We are going to get out of here. So, like I said, tomorrow, I plan that we'll have that video for you guys. Sort of a day here on board, what it's like being a creator on a ship. At least these 2 creators. Because I know a lot of creators, they'll be on a 7-day cruise and put out one video. I mean, we didn't talk about dinner. Lisa's
No,
putting out dinner last night.
we
Oh my God.
didn't.
Dinner last night. All right, everybody.
Yes.
Here we go.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. Last night was the royal night.
Yes.
We had avocado and melon salad, chilled shrimp cocktail, baked French onion soup. Bing! And it had onions, Larry!
It did, Larry. You'd have been impressed.
Onion soup with onions.
Multiple onions.
What a novelty that is. Caesar salad, escargot, and Vidalia onion tart. For the main course, oh my God, lemon butter baked cod, chicken marsala, New York strip steak, grilled jumbo shrimp. Were they really jumbo? Really? Really? No. Cheese tortellini. Was ravioli.
It was ravioli.
We'll talk about that in a minute. Stuffed red bell pepper, grilled chicken breast, and a spicy shrimp jalfrezi. Jalfrezi. Alfrezi? Jalfrezi.
Not familiar with that one.
Anyway. For desserts, baked Alaska. That's what I had. Warm chocolate cake, red velvet cake. Variety of ice creams, strawberry shortcake, banana cocoa custard, and the artesian cheese plate. Yeah, so they served the cheese tortellini. They were not tortellini. They were
Ravioli. The square raviolis, cheese filled.
And there was 5 of them, maybe 6 tops.
It was like half a serving for him. It was a snack, barely a snack.
Absolutely. Everybody's look was,
that's it.
The 2 ladies next to us were like, yeah, that's it. It was
very
shocked.
small portion.
Yeah, which I could have ordered more. I mean, if I wanted a steak, it would have brought me a steak. But I had some of her chicken marsala. So, but it was just funny to look at and go, "Wow, 1, that's not tortellini," and 2, really 6 tiny little. I mean, they weren't even big. They were little tiny, like the size of like smaller than a silver dollar.
Yeah,
they were slightly
no,
bigger.
they were about the silver dollar size.
I think they were slightly bigger than a quarter.
Yeah,
imagine a quarter square.
They're about silver dollar size.
You think?
Yeah, I do.
I think so. I was trying to find something in here that's about that size. I got nothing.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, they were tiny, but I just thought that was that was fun.
It was interesting first that it wasn't tortellini.
I know, right? The plate man's like, fun fact, an orca lives in the ocean. Yes, I know, which is why I'm happy to be on the ship. Alex is like, have a great one. Chris, peace. Peace to you, bro. Always good to have you, Chris and Alex. Enjoy the show.
Yes,
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
absolutely.
McCrane, of course.
Thank you.
Thanks, Robert. Lisa, just let us know if you're going to surprise us when you do to yesterday, tomorrow. Yeah.
When we figure it out, if we do something, we will definitely post it on Facebook.
Well, the interesting thing is, it would be in the middle of the day.
It would be, which
And
would be middle of the night for you, and you'd
well,
be
not
asleep.
even, because we're 1 o'clock now. 2 o'clock is there 9 o'clock.
Well, just so you know, it is currently 2:47 p.m.
3:47. We changed an hour.
Oh, you're right. It's 3:47.
It's almost
It
4
is
o'clock.
currently 3:47 p.m. here.
It's almost 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway,
We just
All right.
finished breakfast, and it's almost time for dinner.
I know. For God's sakes.
It's so strange.
On that note, we don't have to go home, but we do have to get that out of here. Peace.